Previously on Keep It Reet.
Pseudo spot. Broke. The fuck?
Keep it right! Oh, I farted. Corey!
What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Keep It Reet channel. Treat!
Yes.
In this one, we are going to be building a 500 plus kilowatt, fully forged RB25 for the Reet Fleet 33.
The shelf.
The factory shelf. This thing's becoming a weapon, isn't it, Corey?
Slowly but surely, yeah.
Yes. So we got a Speed Tech Racing, what is it, close ratio billet gear set? Is it billet? I'm not sure.
I think that it might be.
We might get Alex on the vlog when he drops the gearbox off today.
Yeah, you can explain it all.
Yes. But yeah, the 33 is going to be a weapon. It might get a Zoo Performance Winners quick change in the rear.
Hey?
Ish.
Really?
And right here, we have this beautiful bottom end. So big shout out to BSC Performance. Go check them out on Instagram and stuff. Old mate Bogger down there is an absolute wizard when it comes to building engines and tuning them.
Yes.
So he's had a lot of success with his engines, and he has come on board and whipped up this bloody beautiful RB25 bottom end. It's got the forged pistons, possibly spool or CP, I'm not actually 100% sure. Got the spool rods and the ARP rod bolts on there. I think they're the big boy rod bolts, I think Bogger was saying. Capable of all the boost.
All the boost.
Corey just...
The old oil pump collar.
Yeah, the oil pump extended collar on the front of the crank
And
there.
then these are just, they go in the bin, those ones.
What do you got here, Mark? Ooh. Billet. Oil pump gears.
Yep.
Into oil pump. Replace the bolts with some
Because nobody,
LNG.
I don't even know, I think oh, they're there. Surprisingly, they all came off really nice, but I doubt they would with some Loctite on.
Ish. Loctite on some head bolts, and oil pump gears will be installed. Bit of grease to help the engine prime oil pressure and not spin the gears dry.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. It's got the built head that was originally on this motor. Wow. What's done to the head?
I think it's just all fresh with springs.
Fresh valves or?
Yeah, all brand new valves.
And
Brand new valves.
Springs.
Guides. Springs.
factory cams and VCT.
Yep.
And then a big boy Hyper Gary ADR
45. SS something or other.
It's his bigger version.
Yeah, it's the 45, but it's
SS1?
no, because the SS1 wasn't ball bearing.
Yeah.
I think it's the SS2 or SS.
It's the big power turbo.
Actually, no, he didn't have a name for it. That's right.
Yes.
He hadn't named it yet.
So he's got a big power turbo, and we got some new twin Turbo Smart 50mm Pro Gates over there to put on the 6-boost manifold. So Corey's going to plug away at this and keep you guys updated, but spice.
Nice clean block.
Spice.
You ever seen an RB that clean?
He's gone and painted it for us and everything.
No.
Bloody ripper. Alright, the forged big boy RB starting to look like an engine. Corey's pieced most of it together, and then this morning I just started putting on a few more bits and pieces. It's just a bit of a in-between jobs build, this one, but looking pretty good. Fresh timing belt kit and fresh this and fresh that. Gonna keep piecing it together. We got a sandwich plate here to go on to run an oil cooler. Just waiting on a thermostat. I can probably start mocking up the manifold, looking at running the head drain line and other lines we need to do. Keep piecing it together and then get it in the old 33. throw a heap of boost at it and see what this thing can do. Hopefully crack the 500 kilowatt mark and keep all the rods inside of it. So got the head drain on there, something like that. Just started to look at the manifold. So we're changing, so it runs twin gates like so into Y pieces with 4 screamers out the bonnet. We're going to be changing them from these 40 mils, I think they are, yeah, to these 50 mil gates, because we were having dramas trying to control the boost on this thing. Gonna need it in the car to chop up the manifold, weld on the bigger V-bands for the bigger gates and redo all of that. So can't do that just yet. Waiting on an intake manifold gasket to put that on. So I might get it off this stand, put it on the crane and start getting the clutch and all the back end of the motor together. Should be able to slap it in shortly. Got also this Mishimoto sandwich plate I was telling you about. So you can buy these from Mishimoto. This is to run an oil cooler. So that will go on like that. And then you buy an adapter in your oil filter thread. So for RBs, they're like a 3/4 16T, I believe. So that goes on there like that, and then that will thread on and pull the sandwich plate up tight along those lines. We're going to screw in a oil pressure and temperature sensor in there from Bosch and wire that into the adaptronic to have a bit of engine protection on this thing, since it is built motor. So this is thermostatic as well, so it only runs through the oil cooler when it gets up to 85 degrees. Then your oil filter screws straight on there. Pretty simple, works a treat. We got the Aeroflow oversized sump. I don't know if I talked about that at all, but big boy sump. Get all the oils for the RB. Okay, box is on. The Built RB, the 500 kilowatt RB continues. The old back burner project. Beautiful Speed Tech billet gear set. Then yeah, gonna go ahead, slap this bad boy in the factory shelf and start looking at getting the new wastegate set up to work and get this thing running and off to the dyno to make all the power, send it to the bloody moon. So let's do it. Treat, something like that. Now start hooking everything up and then yeah, move over to the hot side. You. Oh, hey. Jesus. What's happening in the life of Corey? Give us a Corey update.
Wheels.
That's about the only PG thing you can say, dude.
Yes.
Alright, so I've started buttoning some stuff up and I've mocked up the exhaust manifold and the beautiful ATR 44 Hypergear Turbo. So, over here, we've got some new ProGate 50 Turbo Smart wastegates, and then we got the old shotgun quad screamer pipes. So we're gonna try and make it work. Obviously these are bigger V-bands, so got to work out if I need to chop and weld or change, but basically you got to try get these to work on there with the quad screamers. So basically it's just really ebb. So yeah. Yes. So yeah, I'll check back in soon when I've managed to make this work. And just like that, we now have the big 50mm gates mounted, reduced back down to the screamer pipe size and the quad screamers. Looking pretty good. It absolutely sucked. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done fabrication wise, but they're pretty in line. This first one's a little bit wonky, but we'll blame Gary Martin for that too. But yeah, she's all bolted on, manifold turbo. Starting to hook some lines up. New oil filter for the turbo. Everything's going to be new oil cooler and everything because the previous motor did blow up. Got a new Mac valve. I'm going to pressure test the boost lines. Hook up those wastegates. There's one there and one there. Hook them up. Yeah. Get the Zoo Performance oil cooler, 15-row oil cooler on there. And yeah, keep hooking her up and hopefully get this thing firing up soon. All right. True. And if it blows up, we'll blame Corey for assembling it too. Alright, fast forward a couple of weeks, because this nugget once again got put on the mass back burner because we've been busy with other stuff. But this morning I had a chance to start buttoning up a few more things. Got our new Zoo Performance oil cooler in there because the last one had a blown motor run through it. And everything's pretty much buttoned up, which is a bit nuggy, but it's gonna scream, it's gonna love it, I'm sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Penrite running in oil in it, see if we can get some oil pressure, and pretty close to starting this thing up, I reckon. We've probably forgotten some stuff, but yeah, go ahead and do that and see if we can get this thing to purr to life. Forged RB25 500 kilowatt build. I don't know if we'll crank it to 500, surely. But yeah, so I got the crank angle sensor unplugged so it doesn't fire, and we get some oil pressure going, and still do have to wire the oil pressure sensor into the ECU. Won't do that just yet. Ish. Alright, she's got the running in oil in, coolant, jump pack, CAS disconnected, oil feed line into a container, see if we can get some oil pressure going, and then we'll first see if it cranks alright, then oil pressure, then see if we can get her to fire. We had fuel pressure, it's a good start. That ish. Trust your fingers. God, joking. Now is that so flat?
Makes me nervous.
Oh, it's full charge. We had this issue last time, didn't we, Corey?
Yeah,
What did we end up doing? Hooking it straight there?
No, we connected it at the battery itself, I think.
That's always good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Definitely gonna kill that. She sounds tight.
Yeah.
Unless that jump pack's just struggling. Got oil pressure yet?
Nothing's come into the bloody... There's no oil in this bloody tub.
Any oil on the ground?
No. That's a shock.
Alright, can't get the stupid thing to crank real well even while jumping it, whatever. Haven't got oil pressure coming out yet, so got Burston's bringing out a new starter motor. We'll slap that in and we'll try again. Alright, take 420 and 69 times. We have the new starter on there, it cranks mint. We still didn't have oil coming out of our oil feed line. I made a bit of a dickhead move and I tapped the oil feed for the turbo off a port on this side of the block. Turned to an NA block and only the turbo motors squirt oil out of there. It's the exact same spot as the turbo blocks. No oil comes out, whatever. So tapped it in where we usually do it on the DE motors. You put a T-piece in where the oil pressure sensor is on the intake side of the block. I've got an aftermarket pressure and temp sensor over there that I'm going to wire into the ECU, so I deleted this because don't care. So I'm going to pull the TES in here, jump start this thing, crank it, get the oil flowing out there, put the plugs and coil packs back in, connect the crank angle sensor up, hopefully get this thing to burst into life. So take 3-ish. Struggling.
there it is. We got oil. We got oils. Oh, there you go.
It has oil. It's always good. Yeah, bottom end's not coming apart. Oh!
Well, everything.
Alright, crank angle sensors plugged in, plugs are in, coil packs, got the timing gun here. See if we can get it ballpark, get this thing fired up and get the timing ballpark without locking it on the computer. See what we can do, see if she'll fire into life. Good start.
Hang on.
Oh, without the timing gun on.
She got some compression.
We got some bloody voltage issues.
The fuck?
What was that?
I don't know and I don't want to know. There's a massive backfire out the back.
I feel like it sparked and ignited something or something.
Yeah.
The ground clamp end on the intake ignited or some shit. Boom! That was weird. Alright, we got Corey's extension leads,
Extension leads.
jumper leads, and it wants to crank, so let's see if we can get it to fire up now. Straight over!
Bit ticky. Whoa.
Really need to lock the timing to do this, but we can ballpark it.
Oh, bang.
Bam! It's about 15.
That mate, very like a kitten. Bit ticky.
The injector's great.
Ooh, it is good.
Yeah, nah, she sounds real good.
I did that last time. Remember we were like, what the hell is that?
Alright, well, there she is. Might push her out and give her a bit of a wash, eh? She's finally moved out of her spot.
Yeah,
Now
look at that. We got
put
another
our-
car there.
Put our third hoist up in there after we clean up a bit of this thing. But yeah, she's alive. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not already. And stay tuned. We're going to take this thing down to BSC Performance, Bogger, who built the bottom end, and throw all the boost at it and hope it doesn't boost spike and send a leg out again. Fingers crossed. See you then.